Welcome to the highlights of what turned out to be a very, very interesting day. England 94 for 6 at the start, and they were exactly 100 runs ahead. Botham and Downton were the overnight not-out batsmen, and here's the first over now. Terry Alderman is the bowler. He's coming in from the pavilion end. Ian Botham is taking strike, and in the commentary box with Christopher Martin-Jenkins is Tom Graveney.
And that's runs. 4 of them, I think. And he's off the mark. May well get back for the second as well. And that 2 by Paul Downton brings the 100 up in the second over of the morning, taking England's lead now to 106. Well, it looked a tempting one, and there didn't appear to be anything wrong with the shot, but the ball's still moving around.
It's shortish. Whether it's short enough or not, I don't know. It is really, but Ian giving it the lot there. He just pulls that front foot away, which I think is a little bit inclined to pull the body away.
Right on top of that one, and 4 runs. It really went off the middle. Nothing that Dyson could do about it.
This is a superb shot. The foot goes across, and he stays right over the top of it. Beautiful stroke.
Yes, he's out. The ball nipping back. Downton doubled up by it and unable to keep it out. And David Constant having no doubts. England 109 for 7. Paul Downton LBW to Alderman for 3, and the first vital breakthrough for Australia this morning.
Good piece of bowling this by Terry Alderman. Previous 2 deliveries going away. That one going straight on, pitching just outside the off stump and hitting Paul Downton in front of him, middle and off. No doubt at all about that one.
Alderman then to Dilly with 3 slips and a gully. Well, he didn't really know where that was going, but he'll get 2 runs for it. Lawson after it. Yes, a very fine catch indeed by Alan Border at second slip. Came to his left side, his strong side, and a vital catch to have taken that. Australia have held their close catches so much better than England so far, and that is the wicket they wanted. Ian Botham out for 33. And that's gone where he intended. There is a 3rd man, however, Hogg getting round. And now an all change again, because Hughes, realising there are only 2 balls left, wants to try to keep Dilly down this end, and he's brought several in to try and save the one. Well, he picked a good spot there. No one down at fine 3rd man. And this is frustrating for Australia if it goes on much longer. It's in the air and a simple catch for Rodney Marsh. England's 9th wicket goes down. Alderman takes his 5th and his 9th in the game, and England have just one man left.
And this was quite a nasty lifting delivery, which he tried to pull, and I think, in fact, it went off his glove in the end. And a nice little lob catch. Rodney Marsh pushing everybody out of the way so he could get at it.
And that's in the air to Trevor Chappell, and it's safely held. Good field placing that from Hughes, and good bowling from Lillee. The innings ends at 125. So in all, England 131 ahead. Mike Hendrick, the not-out batsman. Bob Willis was out for 1. And applause now for Lillee and Alderman, who between them bowled all but 3 overs in this England second innings. Terry Alderman 5 for 62. And Dennis Lillee following him off the field, 5 for 46. 125, well, I reckon that's about 25 fewer than England really needed. 150 for Australia to make would have been rather a nasty little 4th innings target. Ian Botham there, 33 top score, must have relieved some of the pressure on his captaincy future. Dilley, 13, but I thought perhaps the England batsman might have made a little bit more of those last 2 or 3 wickets. 125 then, plus the 6 runs lead they had on the first innings, 131 lead, 132 to win, and the reason it's such a small total is there in front of you. Dennis Keith Lillee, 16.4 overs, 2 maidens, 5 for 46, and Terry Alderman, 19 overs, 3 maidens, and 5 for 62. So 132 to win. In the context of Test match cricket, well, that doesn't seem very many runs, but the ball still seems certain to be moving off the seam for the rest of the day, and the Australians, in my opinion, would find it no easy task. Dilley bowled the first over. Here's Willis bowling the second. John Dyson is taking strike. Just 1 run, a bye on the board. And with me in the commentary box is Mike Smith. Dyson's off the mark. Boycott doing the fielding. And Woods off the mark, away from the dreaded pair. A handsome stroke through extra cover for 4. Great delivery that from Willis.
And this one pitches about Midland leg, leaves him off the wicket, and to compound his problem, it also swings after it's pitched. However, he didn't get a touch, and so Australia still have 10 wickets in hand, chasing this total of 132.
Oh, that was a splendid piece of fielding. On his wrong hand, gathered it in and all but threw down the stumps, with Wood really scrambling there to make his ground.
And a lovely bit of cricket, because Graham Wood is very fast between the wickets, and the opportunity is always there for the left-hander to push the ball and run on the offside. He doesn't have the bowler coming through on him, but you've got to be a little bit careful with this David Gower. And it would have been a very close race had he thrown them down.
Good shot by Dyson. And a good return from Bob Willis.
20 for naught, Australia. 112 more to win the match.
Oh, and he's gone, must be. That's a good catch. A really good catch at short leg there. Reflex action by Bob Wilmer. Bob Willis claims the first victim, Graham Wood. He's out for 8, Dyson's 9. It's 20 for 1, inside edge onto pad.
He went very quickly to him. Nice catching height, though, but he made no mistake, and that has got England on their way, the first breakthrough.
It's not far away, but far enough to give Graham Yallop the single to get off the mark.
Trent Bridge looking a picture today in the sun. It's as it should look, and a good Sunday crowd, certainly I think bigger than there would be had this been the Monday. And that was very close indeed. Well bowled, Bob Willis.
Very close again to this outside edge. See how excited Bob gets. But no snick. And the score remains at 28 for 1. Criticism that has been levelled at Mike Hendrick over the years is that he tends to bowl a little bit too short, and I think he is at the moment. He's beating the bat and getting a little bit of bounce, but it does mean that if he is that short, he's virtually saying, I'm not going to bowl them out or get an LBW decision.
I'm not sure that he got a touch on that. There are all sorts of shouts of catch it. Just looked to me that he might have been pulling his bat away. As it looked as though it came off the hip. Oh, good catch, Mike Gatting. That's in keeping with some of the catches the Australians have taken. Graham Yallop has gone, brilliantly caught by Mike Gatting, diving away to his left-hand side. 40 for 2 Australia. They still need another 82. And Yallop is out for 6. Oh, well bowled. Well bowled. Oh, what a disappointment. .42 for 2 still, and that was one of the most unanimous shouts I've ever seen. That's a great delivery. That's one of the best balls of the match, and we've seen quite a few good ones in this game. Almost cut Dyson in 2. Did very well indeed not to get a touch.
And I think if Jim Legg had been watching, he'd been quite pleased with that off break. Marvellous delivery, bounced and went straight over the top of the middle stump. Very good piece of bowling.
Boycott. Good stroke from John Dyson. He seized on that, pitching around leg stump. He's gone on now to 29 out of a total of 51. The half century comes up for Australia. It's a good shot. It's the first one Mike Hendrick's really overpitched. Great square drive there from Kim Hughes.
Played very sound inning so far. Try of catch it, and an appeal, but not out.
Now, as I was saying, there's still quite a bit of movement in this wicket. That came back like an off break, and John Dyson was nowhere near it.
Puts in the air, but it's past David Gower, going up towards the extra cover boundary. And 1 run saved. Oh, and a good shot by Kim Hughes. Jeff Boycott gives up the chase at mid-wicket. Hughes quick to pivot and put that one away. And typically, he has done the trick for England. Hughes LBW for the 2nd time in the match. Just pushing half forward, and a vital breakthrough for England. The Australian captain, having escaped a very confident appeal before he'd scored, then played very well, is on his way, and Australia lose their 3rd wicket at 77. So still a bit of cricket left in this match yet. That's through mid-off, won't go all the way by any means. Gower will catch up with it and they'll get 2. Dyson still there, 38 not out. And he's got a touch to that one, and Dilly's got his 2nd wicket in 2 overs. So 80 for 4, this match becomes interesting again. Still 52 needed for Australia, and Dyson's patient and sound innings comes to an end in this way.
And you can see there, the ball in fact came slightly into him. I think the bounce did him. A very big deflection to Paul Downton.
There was a big gap from Trevor Chappell out there to Gower, who's at cover point, and then all the way round to the bowler Bob Willis. And that's where it is, and there's a chance of 3 runs there. Gower's very quick over the ground, but Trevor Chappell's a good runner between the wickets. Shot. Beautifully timed by Alan Border. Just be 3 runs there. Boycott's at 3rd man. Chappell will look for 2 and will take it. Good running. Australia. A heartening sight for the Australian dressing room. Always nice to see those 2 figures translated into 3. Shot. That's a beautiful stroke from Alan Border.
Oh, Border is a very good puller and hooker, and anything short he's extremely good at dealing with, and that's a characteristic stroke.
In Australia, though, a tremendous amount of this chunky little man. It's a very fine cutter and puller.
And Dilly to bowl again to border. Oh, and he's bowled it. Groping for that, Alan Border, and Dilly has bowled really surprisingly well in this spell. He was thought to be the least suited by the pitch, but he's taken 3 wickets now, and Border bowled for 20, Australia 122 for 5.
And we see here on the replay what a good ball it was. It comes back slightly into the left-hander and takes the top of the off stump.
And he's out, playing right across it, and Graham Dilly has taken his 4th wicket, and Australia still have 10 to win. And could there be a little sting in the tail of this test match? It seemed impossible, but really nothing is impossible in cricket. Oh, that's a very good shot by Lawson. Dilly spoiling a wonderful over by over-pitching, and Lawson taking the pressure off Australia again. Suddenly, for a while, the ball wasn't beating the bat, but now it's doing so again every other ball. And I don't think there's any doubt in the minds of those players up in the Australian dressing room balcony. Dirk Wellham, Ray Bright, Graham Beard, with the Australian beverage in his right fist, that the right outcome for them is going to be any moment now. And it could be now, but Boycott is down there at 3rd man. No, just 1 to bring the scores level. Dilly to bolt it. They're going for it. Gar's picking up, and that is victory for Australia by 4 wickets.
And it could have been so much closer than that had things gone a little bit more England's way. 4 wickets indeed, but had they been able to give Australia that 150 we talked about earlier, the pressure would have been on. Good innings from Dyson, 38, from Hughes, 22 after that early alarm, and Chappell, after 70 in the first innings, 20 not out in the second. A very good first test match for him. A quick look now at the way the game finished. That's how it was. England 185, then Australia 179, England 125, and Australia needing 132 for victory. They did it with 6 wickets down. Congratulations to Kim Hughes. This was one of the best fightbacks I've ever seen from an Australian cricket team in a test match, and as I said yesterday, I'd have been very proud if they'd clawed and pulled and hustled their way back into the game as they did, and he should feel very proud as well. And the man, one of the men who made it possible, Terry Alderman was one, and the other was Dennis Keith Lillee, recovered from a bout of viral pneumonia and back here at Trent Bridge in the first game of this Cornhill series, man of the match.
He's smoking and larger than life. They don't call him beefy for nothing, you know. Watch him bat England's problems away.
He was the most remarkable innings I've ever seen, I should think.
And bowl Australia into ashes. Botham's ashes, that is.
One of the few players in the world that can do that to any sort of attack in the world. And unfortunately not that well. Perhaps that's the secret.
Continues tomorrow at 8 on ESPN Classic.
It's Test match history.